I mean, we're in the woods. Can't be a crime to pee in public, right? Well, it would be when a park ranger walks around the corner. Never mind. Today, I'm going to be building a gaming van using the Van Life Ways pack. So the whole reason I'm making this video is because lately I've been watching a ton of videos from this YouTube channel called Trent The Traveler. This dude custom built a van that has a gaming setup, and he also lives in the van and has like a whole kitchen setup and everything. Super awesome. His videos are a lot of fun to watch. They're super cozy and cinematic. But yeah, that's basically the main inspiration for today's video. Let's get to building. Okay, so I figured we should go to Granite Falls, and then I'm going to build on this campground. Since usually his videos, he's out in nature, so I figured it only made sense to be out in the middle of the woods. I've also never explored this map, so I figured it'd be a cool place to build. And yeah, this looks perfect. And it looks like the baby is awake. Looks like I will have to come back and film this later. See, that's the trick. I usually wear the same outfit in all my videos just in case things like this happen, because there's been a lot of times where I've had to leave and come back and film later. Anyway, let's get started. So let's type in van life, and then we will grab the RV cabin. I guess we can go for a diagonal build here. That might look cooler. Let's move this fire pit out of the way though. Can I change the color? Okay, good. Because obviously the default color looks a little eh. We'll go straight black. Somewhere in here is pretty good. Then I will need to raise this up. I think another level. Okay, and there, I believe there was a foundation that came. Yeah, here we go. It like hides the fact that I had to raise it up. There we go. And this needs to obviously be elevated as well. Hold on. Let's not be stupid here, if I can help it. There we go. I had to do some finagling, but I finally figured it out. Truthfully, that's what a lot of my videos are. The stuff that gets cut out of videos is me trying to figure out how to do things, because I'm not the greatest Sims player in the world, but you know, I do what I can. I try my best. Okay, I'm honestly going to get rid of the walls because we wanted to make it look like it's a drivable vehicle. So obviously you would be able to see up into the front of the van, and we might want to bring this out just one more, maybe. I wish there was like an in-between because this is a little too short. You know what? We'll leave it like this for now, and if we need to make it a little bit longer, we'll come back to it. All right, now let's throw some wheels on this bad boy. There. I feel like these need to be a little bit bigger. Okay, that's a little too big. Never mind. All right, let's get the walls painted first. Obviously, it's going to look a little goofy initially, but hopefully by the end, I'll have it looking somewhat reasonable. Is there like a super dark black on here? Did it come with a paint swatch? It did not. That's okay. I was just thinking like a harsh paint might make it look a little goofy initially. If I can find like a dark black on here. Okay, I actually kind of like this. The trim at the bottom kind of helps with the look. And we'll just match the inside for now. You know what? Shouldn't the tires be like right here? What am I doing? I'm an idiot. I was wondering, like, why does this look so stupid? And, you know, it turns out it's just me. And the fact the tire's not even touching the vehicle, that doesn't help either. And never let me design a vehicle, I tell you what. There we go. Now you don't have to point and laugh because this is a lot better. So I think putting the windows on here will kind of mask the paint not looking all that well or all that good right now. Maybe I should put like a metal paint. Is there like a black metal that I could put on? Maybe. I'll figure it out later. So let's put a window here. We'll put the door on this side. Put it fairly close to the passenger side door. Size these down. Oh, I hate that. I don't know how to size down windows without it doing that stupid thing that it does. Let's put one of these in the back too. And then on this side, do a couple of these maybe. Doesn't look too stupid as of yet. Okay, let's see if there's a better wall pattern that I can put on here. Tile. Maybe this would look... I mean, it looks better. Does it look good? Not particularly. We'll keep looking. Yeah, as of right now, I think this is the best I'm gonna find. Yeah, I was hoping there was gonna be like a metal option because there's like metal flooring. I don't think there's metal walls. Wait a minute here. That is not any better, I don't think. You know what? Maybe it is. I actually don't like the trim at the bottom anymore. I've changed my mind. So I guess I'll switch to this for now. It looks okay. You know, if this was Sims 3, I could just copy the paint swatch on this vehicle and just paste it right here. But unfortunately, you know, can't have our cake and eat it too. But I would say building is a little bit better than in 4 than it is in 3. Although I'm not really the person you should probably listen to. I'm not a good builder, so that could be a complete lie. All right, so I found this brick. I'm actually going to put this in here because this side is going to be like a kitchen area. And I also realized I forgot to put the back tire on, so let me do that real quick. I guess the thing I don't like is that there's just no texture to the paint, so it looks like, I don't know, this looks very bland. Maybe the miscellaneous will have something good. You know, this ain't bad. It actually kind of looks like an actual trailer you see, even though I'm trying to make a van. All right, so I think we're good on the exterior for now. Let me change the color of the door. We'll go for that silver look. We'll go walls down. So this entire side, like I mentioned, is going to be a kitchen. So we'll put in, I really want this to look cool. So I want like a wood finish on top. Ain't gonna lie, I don't love really any of these. This one actually looks kind of cool. Maybe I'll go with it. I'd rather not have the counter sticking out like that though, because I feel like that's taking up extra space. Okay, this one's decent. Let me actually get a light in here first. I can't really see what the hell I'm doing. We'll go with the old reliable saucer lights. This is not changing anything at all. What am I talking about being too dark to see? I'm just an idiot. Yeah, I've been looking at all these. I'm just really not a fan of most of these. I guess I'll just stick with these for now. If I come across something better, I will make sure to grab it. But for now, I'll stick with these. This is not going to go all the way over here because I do need to make a bed in the back here. All right, we got a nice little platform here. Hopefully it lets me put the bed on there. Okay, good. Let's see how big of a bed we can squeeze on here. Okay. All right, let me change my camera angle here. Let's see if that sticks out too much from the back. Nope. Good. I was not anticipating being able to fit that big of a bed in here, but it works. We'll do one of these numbers where we put the counter through the other counter. All right, now we'll just pretend you don't see that glitching. Let me check to see if there's a better... Okay, hold on. Okay, I am going to switch this bed out for this one just because it looks nicer. It doesn't have like the bed frame that's going to stick out on the back. All right, then we need to put like a little staircase if we can. I don't know if this is going to be possible. Because in the guy's video, he has a dog that sleeps on the bed. So he has got like a little step up to the bed. Maybe I should not have built at an angle. I feel like this is making everything weird. Okay, I can get it to go this way, but it doesn't look good the other way because it sticks out too much. I also, since I built this at the angle that I did, I feel like it's making some of the building stuff a little difficult to do. So I might try to flip this thing. Okay, so I ended up having to move it because I had it at a diagonal and the staircase wasn't cooperating. So I was able to get that figured out, thankfully. Okay, so we're looking pretty good so far. Let's get the kitchen sorted out first. Let's grab this stove. And nah, I don't like that one. And of course, I love when the black swatches don't match. That's just great, isn't it? You know what? This one's even better because it actually sticks into the cabinets, kind of like how the dishwashers do. Perfect. Now let's put a sink here. Oh, wait. Because we'll have to put it on this side since this has got the ugly counter issue. Let's grab a tea kettle, size that bad boy down. You know, normally I would throw some crazy coffee maker in my house, but since this is supposed to be like a travel van, you know, let's not get crazy with our cappuccino machines or whatever. All right, let me throw some flooring down. I think we're definitely going to go for like a wooden look. I don't want everything in here to be just straight black. Maybe like a... Nah, that's ugly. Well, unfortunately, the black does just look the best. Is white too crazy looking? I guess it does kind of provide a good contrast here. I'll leave it. I really wish there was more colors for this bed because they all kind of... Actually, I'm going to go with the green. I feel like that stands out less than the blue. All right, now for the best part. We're going to put a gaming setup in here. This one's pretty good. Let's move it a little closer. They don't have winding staircases on here, right? So I'm not going to be able to turn this staircase like to the side, am I? Okay, I can, but now it's just going to take up more room this way. We don't want that. You know what? I'll just move this staircase to be like right here instead of up against the corner there. Then we will grab the giant ultra wide screen because that's the best way to do it. Let's see if I can find a good gaming chair. I actually hate gaming chairs, but you know what? That's probably more so because the one I had was a cheap Walmart one. So yeah, you do get what you pay for. Let's go with that one. Hopefully that's enough room for him to squeeze by, because you know Sim's logic is, you know, stupid. Let's get this flooring down up here. Actually, I changed my mind. I think I like this one better. I'm a very indecisive person, so just expect me to just keep changing things, because maybe I like that one better now. Actually, no, I like the lighter color. Unfortunately, I don't think I can change the color of anything up in the van part, but that's okay. We can throw an antenna up on this bad boy. What color's gonna look good on the ceiling though? Because I still don't even really like the paint that I put on the outside. All right, so I'll have to put some flooring down on the ceiling. This is gonna be interesting. So at least there's the metal, right? So this will look less stupid than the sides will. So that was actually easy. Guess we can go with that. That kind of matches. I'm a little less upset with that. I guess we should just change the color of like the cabin here. I guess we should do this one, because at least then it doesn't clash, because we can't have two different black colors because it just looks a little eh. Gotta love that my staircase is sticking out like that. I'm not sure entirely how to fix that. I know how to fix it. Just don't look at it. All right, and we should probably put like one of these vents up on the ceiling, you know, just to add a little bit of realism. Is that how that typically looks? I don't know. Now keep in mind, this pack is more so for making like trailers, like campers. I'm trying to like make a van, just kind of like a normal van that you would see like a family with a large number of kids driving around. So it is gonna look a little goofy-ish. Okay, so it turns out I'm a little bit of an idiot. There was a paint swatch that matched the front of the van here that came with this custom content package, so that's my bad. Okay, honestly, I can't tell you how relieved I am that I found this paint, because this was looking... I was really looking like I'd never played this game before. This low-key kind of looked like crap before, and by low-key, I mean it definitely did. All right, I don't like how the light kind of hits it in a weird way, but not much I can do about that. Wrap this all the way around. There we go. That's not too bad. I really hate how every time I flip around this way, though, it looks like crud, but I mean, if you look at it from the right angle, it looks good. Okay, so now that the exterior is done for now, obviously I'll probably come back to change things around since I'm a very indecisive person. Let's tweak some more things on the inside. I do want to put cabinets up. Okay, so these ones I think actually match pretty well with the counters that I have. Typically, cabinets are really hard to find a good match for the counters that you picked. I don't know if a single one of these is functional because they're all overlapping a little bit, but it's okay. And then we can lower this window. We should lower all of them so they're even. All right, let's see. There's a little bit of space up here. I wonder if I can fit anything up here. Probably not without it looking completely stupid. All right, let's put a dog bowl under there. I'm not sure if dogs can actually go under the desk. I would assume they could. Yeah, I don't think I could really fit anything else in here. I guess I could put some cabinets over here for like storage. You know what? Let's do these ones. These are a little more like bedroom friendly looking. Let's go with this color. We'll just do a couple, and then we'll lower this window down. I think I'm just going to get rid of this window altogether. I don't really think it's necessary. Let's see if this looks stupid to put over the window. Kind of. I mean, because this technically should be like a back door since it's a van, so let's not put shelves above there. We could put them over here, but I don't want them clashing with the kitchen cabinet, so I think we're just going to stick with these. You know what? Let's put a corner piece here. I feel like it just kind of makes it look a little nicer. All right, and I feel like we should put something above the wall here. Should we put some wall plants up? Maybe a shelf. All right, I like the dog picture. Maybe not a purse. Not usually carrying one of those around. Should we do like a catty corner shelf thing? I feel like that probably would look better. Now the real question is, what do I put on a shelf? That's the hard thing for me, is cluttering up rooms in The Sims. Now we can start putting some plants on it. This is a much better idea. We could put a dog ceramic up here. Sure. We can put a little gnome up here. I'm fine with that. Even though I'm usually kicking the gnomes in this game, I'll be nice to the gnomes for once. Sure, we can put a little car up there. I don't know. I mean, I could put a bunch of action figures and stuff, which I have over here off camera, but you know, I probably wouldn't put those in a camping van just because they'd be flying off the shelf. And you know, in fact, all of this stuff is going to be flying off the shelf. But the good news is, in The Sims 4, the vehicles don't move, and they never will. So we don't have to worry about it. Okay, I think we're just about done here. The rest of this stuff I don't really feel like using because not everything on here is 100% necessary. I could put an awning, but I'm not really going for the trailer look, so I think I'll just leave that off. Oh yeah, so they do have some flooring that came with this pack, so I'm going to assume that this black matches. Not really. I almost feel like the one that I had looked better. Nah, no, it didn't. All right, just don't look at the top of it. Nobody needs to see up there. All right, so I think the next thing to do is to make a sim and move him in. And I guess I'll just probably take myself off the gallery because I'm not entirely sure I feel like making a sim. Dang, a lot of the stuff I have on the gallery is corrupted. There's still one version of my sim on here that still looks pretty good, and he's already wearing the correct outfit, so I think we're good here. Okay, I guess we should probably put some shoes on at the very least. Let's put on some boots so we look cool. Sure. Works for me. All right, so since I built this on a vacation area, I can't move into it, obviously. So I'll just throw him on some random lot and then I will go on vacation. What is this? Is it snowing? Snowing in the spring. Makes perfect sense. This game's kind of laggy as hell right now. All right, go on vacation. Here we go. Alrighty, well, there's an obvious problem right off the bat. There's no toilet. I mean, we're in the woods. Can't be a crime to pee in public, right? Well, it would be when a park ranger walks around the corner. Never mind. Oh yeah, I need to turn autonomy back on because I think I have it off. Yeah, because I was trying to burn my sim in the last video I made and he kept running away, so I had to turn off autonomy. Where's he going? Getting in line. I assume that's for the bathroom? Okay, good. We picked the perfect location to build our little van, right next to the toilet. Sponge, bathe in bathroom. Okay, I guess we can shower in this bathroom too. That's also good, because I don't know why anytime I put a sim on the gallery, they always smell like ass. I kind of hate they always have the mood that they're in when you put them on the gallery. All right, let's go inside, see if I can even fit in here. Oh yeah, probably not, considering that's a pretty high up door. But you know what? That's what the teleport button is for. Oh, you know one thing that I'm forgetting? I need a mini fridge. But unfortunately, can't really build anything more. Okay, I had to send him home real quick so I could put in a mini fridge. Not entirely sure where I'm gonna squeeze it in though. I guess one of these counter spaces is just gonna have to go. If I squeeze it in here, is it gonna be functional? Probably not. All right, let's think about this. We could squeeze the door over further. Then we might be able to scoot this over a little bit and then put this here. There we go. And you know what else I forgot? I forgot to give myself a dog. Pick a trait. Adventurous, smart, playful. Honestly, I'm actually kind of fine with that dog as is. All right, what should we name the dog? We'll just make it easy. We'll name the dog Loki. There we go. Now we'll head back on vacation. All right, let's try cooking something. Yeah, use the cutting board on the sink. Perfect. Perfectly logical thing to do. But you know what? I don't think any of the other countertops are functional, so that's probably why he's doing that. All right, let's teleport the dog inside, see if it can... I don't even know if it's going to be able to fit. Oh, wait, you can't control your pets in The Sims 4. I forgot about that. All right, let's see if I can get up to the bed. I don't see why this would be a problem. And apparently it is. Like, how can you not walk right there and up the stairs? Like, what's the deal? All right, well, I figured the entire thing wouldn't be totally functional because, you know, this is The Sims. So it looks like the only thing functional in here is the gaming setup, which I did say this was a gaming van, so that is kind of the main function. I think that's gonna about do it for me. I just kind of got inspired to try to build something new, fun, unique that I haven't ever really done before. Haven't done much building at all, really, but you know, this is a small enough build to not completely stress me out, which typically building does. So I had a lot of fun with it. Hopefully it doesn't look too stupid. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. That's gonna do it for me today, and I will see you all in the next video.